All right, so today we're doing section 2.4, dividing polynomials, and in parentheses I put with monomials because we're actually doing this lesson for 3 days. We're doing 3 little chunks, okay? The first one is going to be how to do this with monomials, okay? And then the one that we're going to do tomorrow is going to be how to do long division. And then the one after that will be synthetic division. So we're going to do 2 types of divisions, actually 3 types of divisions. But one of these is with monomials. Okay. So, and I'm going to try to teach it to you guys is the way my teacher taught it to me, which I thought was a little bit longer, but it was easier to understand. Okay. So, just if you can do it differently, that's fine. But I'm going to show it to you guys the way I learned it the easiest. So, all right. So we're going to be doing division of polynomials using monomials. We're going to divide by single terms. So let me give you an example. Now, these are not going to be from your homework, just so you guys know. Okay. So these are just going to be actual examples because you only have 4 problems for homework. So it's not a lot. Okay. So we're going to put example number 1. We're going to simplify. All we're going to do is simplify these things. So let's put 12x squared. We'll put a 16x to the third minus an 8x over. And I'll put a 2x. And we're going to divide this. Okay. Now, there are some people who do this by just cancellation really quick. Okay. And I'll show you what that looks like after I show you the method I'm going to try to show it to you guys with. But I'll show you the faster method, what people call the faster method. And then I'm going to show you the more like relaxed method that's not as confusing. Okay. But we're going to start with the relaxed method first. Then I'll show you the faster method. You can choose whichever way you want. It's up to you. Okay, I do it the faster method, but it's because I do this all the time, so it doesn't bother me. Okay, but when I first learned it, I had to do it a different way. So there is a property in algebra that basically states the following: if you have if you have 2 or more terms, so a plus or minus b plus or minus c, let's say, divided by a single term, there's a property in algebra that lets you do this. They say you can break it apart, okay, into 3 small fractions instead of 1 big fraction, and then simplify from there. This is the way I'm going to teach it to you guys right now, the breaking apart method, because then you can just focus on a little piece at a time instead of trying to do all 4 pieces at once. Okay, but if you like all 4 pieces at once, that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, so that means I'm going to break up this big fraction into one that looks like this: 12x squared over 2x plus 16x cubed over 2x minus 8x over 2x. Again, this is the relaxed way, right? Not so quick and just chopping up all the numbers. Okay, so now that we have that, we're going to reduce. Okay, we're going to reduce this. So 12 divided by 2, that's 6. X squared divided by x. So if I have 2 x's on top and 1 on the bottom, how many are left if I divide by 1? Just 1, right? So it's going to be x. Plus 16 divided by 2, that's 8. X cubed divided by x, well, that means I have 3 on top, I have 1 on the bottom. So if I cancel 1 out, that means I have 2 left. This will be x squared. Minus 8 divided by 2 is 4. And then x divided by x, well, they cancel out. So this is my answer right here. Okay, this is my solution. Okay, let me show you what some people would consider the faster way. Okay, so I'm going to show you the faster way. I'll use blue here. You don't have to do it this way. I just want you guys to see it. If you like it, great, use it. Okay, like I said, this is what I use just because I'm used to doing it now. So it's not like it scares me, but here we go. So this is the way it works. I noticed that all of my normal coefficients can be divisible by 2. They can all be divided by 2. So this is what I'm going to do. 2 can divide itself once, and 2 can divide 12 6 times, 16 8 times, 8 4 times. Okay? So notice how my coefficients are 6, 8, 4. Look at my answer in the one in red. 6, 8, 4, right? So I have those numbers there. Then I say, okay, now let's deal with the letters. I can reduce every x on top by a single x from the bottom. So x divides itself once. X divides x squared, well, it'll reduce it by 1, so that becomes x to the first, this becomes x to the second, and this x will just go away. So now that, you see how it looks like chicken scratch all over the place, right? Now that I have that, I'm going to look and I'm going to say, okay, there's a 6 there. There's an x to the first plus an 8, an x to the second minus a 4 with no x. And this would be my answer. I don't mind doing this in my head. This is easy for me now because I've done this for so long, okay? But when I first learned it, I appreciated that method because that means I got to go a little bit at a time, right? I didn't have to do it all and scratch up all my paper everywhere and try to figure out what did I do and what's left over, right? I was able to kind of just take my time and do it, okay? With this one, the one right here in blue, that one is just organize your work. See how I use different colors, right? I use green for my numbers. I use red for my letters, right? I'm trying to keep my work organized. Now, if all you have is a lead pencil, then everything looks gray. So then you might get lost, right? So for me, I recommend breaking it up. It's not that much more work, okay? And I actually think it looks so much cleaner than the chicken scratch you do when you're just like chopping numbers out and reducing things. So you choose whichever method you want. I always recommend the one on the left. It just looks easier to do. The one on the right, I mean, more involved, but if you like it, go for it, okay? So there's one example of what you guys are going to do. Here's another example. I'm just trying to show you different ways that you might see it. So example number 2. Still going to say simplify. Okay, so it's going to be 20, let's say x to the fourth, let's put b, a to the fourth b, sorry, not x to the fourth b, minus 16 a b to the second plus, we'll put a 10 a to the second, b to the third, and all that's going to be divided by, we'll say 2ab. So this is the way they're going to write it. So notice the first one, they wrote it as a big fraction, right? A numerator divided by a denominator, okay? The next one, it's the same thing. It's just, it's written differently. Here's your numerator, the 28 to the fourth b minus 16ab squared plus 10a squared b cubed. That's your numerator. 2ab is your denominator. So if I were you, okay, this is what I would do. This would be my first step. And again, this is the way I was taught and I kind of appreciated it. So you don't have to do it this way, but this is the way I would have done it in high school. And actually, I don't mind doing it the same way now, just so I can see what I'm doing. That's what I would do. I would rewrite it. And now I see that it's a big fraction divided by a monomial, so I'm going to break it up into 3 different fractions. So here we go. 28 to the fourth b over 2ab minus 16ab squared divided by 2ab plus 10a squared b cubed over 2ab. I know this takes more time, okay? I understand. And some of you guys are like, yeah, I don't want to take that much time. That's okay. You do it however you want. I don't care how you do it. Get it right. Okay? there can be multiple ways you can do anything. Okay, I could I can add 1 plus 1, make it 2, or I can find 2 a different way. I can do 5 minus 3. I can do negative 6 plus 8. I still get a 2, right? If we want to go even further, 10 modulus 8 is 2. Okay, that's math way up there. But I can get the same answer many different ways. You guys can do the same thing. So do it however you like. Now, for me, I'm going to do it this way. 20 divided by 2, that's 10. A to the fourth divided by A, that's A cubed. B divided by B, since they're the same, these will cancel, right? Those are gone. Minus 16 divided by 2 is 8. A divided by A will cancel. B squared divided by B, that's B to the first. Because I had 2 on top, 1 on the bottom. Get rid of 1 each, you get 1 left. Plus 10 divided by 2 is 5. A squared divided by A, that's A. B cubed divided by B, that's B squared. And here's that one. Okay, and then I'm going to show you one more way that you're going to see it on your homework. After that, then we've covered all the 3 different ways they might write it. So are we okay with this one? Any questions? I mean, I'm hoping you guys are seeing this and you're like, okay, this isn't that bad. Okay, hopefully. Here's example number 3, last example. Again, none of these are homework problems. I don't want to take the 4 problems that they're giving you and do like half of them and then you only have 2 to try. And that's not enough practice. 4 at least to try, right, on your own. I try to at least give you 4 to do by yourself. So here we go. We're going to do 18. Let's use the letter H. 18h to the fourth minus 10h to the third plus 16h to the second minus, we'll put 20h to the sixth times let me try to see. Well, we can do 2h squared to the negative 1. I think that should work okay. And again, I kind of just noticed I've been dividing by 2, but you can divide by 3. The numbers will all be divisible by 3 or by any number. So I just kind of noticed I was doing 1 by 2. I can change this to something else and make it divisible by 3, but we'll just leave it alone. So what does it mean when something has a negative 1 power? Where does it belong? You guys remember? Yeah, in the denominator. It gets pushed down. So let me rewrite this. Again, you may not want to do this. Depends on how you want to do it, but here's the way I would do it. Okay, 18 h to the fourth minus 10 h cubed plus 16 h squared minus 20 h to the sixth, all divided by 2h squared. Now I'm going to break it apart. That means I have 4 fractions this time. Okay, so 18 h to the fourth over 2h squared minus 10h cubed over 2h squared plus 16h squared over 2h squared minus 20h to the sixth over 2h squared. Now just divide, simplify, we're good. So once we have this written out, let's go ahead and divide. So 18 divided by 2, that's 9. If there's 4 h's on top and 2 on the bottom, so h to the fourth divided by h squared, that means there's 2 left, so that's h squared. Minus 10 divided by 2 is 5. H to the third divided by h squared, well, there's 3 on top, there's 2 on the bottom, that means there's 1 left. That's h. Plus 16 divided by 2, that's 8. H squared divided by h squared, those cancel because they're the same. And then minus 10 divided by 2, 20 divided by 2, that's 10. And then h to the sixth over h squared is h to the what? What power? Yeah, 4. Thank you. So here we go. Here's my solution. Okay. Again, there are other ways to do this. I just find it easiest if you, it's kind of like a teacher used to say, how do you eat a cake? A piece at a time, not all of it at once, right? Well, I guess you could try, but a piece at a time. That's what I'm doing, right? I'm trying to take something that looks challenging and just take it a piece at a time, and it becomes easier to deal with, right? Because I know with math, one of the main reasons why people hate it is because it's scary to them, because they're always like, I was never good at it and I don't know how to do it. I always try to simplify things, even though we're not making it like I'm not babying you. I'm not saying like, oh, this is the way we all. No, no, no. This is a proper technique that I'm showing you. Okay, it has validity in algebra 1 based on that definition I showed you, right? So it's not like I'm making it easy by showing you a trick. Like, this is actual natural standard what you're doing. Okay, so if it seems like, oh, Mr. V made it so much easier by breaking it apart, that's a cool trick. Not a trick, actual theorem. Okay, it's just a different way. Sometimes we forget ways to do stuff, so I'm trying to introduce some easier ways that you probably have learned in the past. So I'm going to go ahead and stop here. I'm going to give you guys your homework. You're only doing questions 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's it. Okay? 1 through 4.